There's a third person in your relationship. You can feel them during your arguments. They're there during holiday planning, and you can hear it in your partner's voice when they say things like, "No, we got to do it this way." And that third person isn't a lover, it's their parent.
And here's what's so painful about it. Most people don't even know that they're doing it. They think they're being good sons and daughters, when in fact they're showing more commitment to their family system than they are to you.
And that's why today we're talking about family enmeshment, what it is, why it's hard to see, and what to do when your partner's first loyalty is not to you.
So grab a pen and let's begin. Hey everyone.
Hey everyone.
We are Jeff and Ellen, life and relationship coaches. And today we're talking about enmeshment because it's something that in our very long practice we see over and over and over again.
Every week this comes up. What is enmeshment? Because that's kind of a weird word.
Well, it's where the personal boundaries between me and my parents, my family of origin, where we have blurred lines, where in my independence will feel like betrayal to my parents and to my family system. It's like where my parents end and I begin, there's like a blurred line. It's not clear that we are separate beings.
So it's like pledging allegiance, either consciously or unconsciously, to your parents or grandparents, whoever was running the house. And now it's their perspective, their choices are coming out of my mouth as if it's my decision.
Yes.
And I don't even know what's happening.
Yes, you've been conditioned into the system and you're playing your part and you don't even realize that you're doing it.
I'm carrying on their choices and stating it as if it's my choice when I'm not even aware that I am dictating what's happening for you and I, but I'm being a messenger for my parents.
Yes. And you can see though, even just as we're talking about it, you can see why it's so pesky and so sneaky. Because it's not like you necessarily had a terrible childhood. As a matter of fact, your childhood may have felt great. You may have felt, if you were sort of towing the family line, you would get great praise.
I was a good son.
Yeah.
Or you're a good daughter.
Yeah, and so you would get the feelings of love and acceptance that you're looking for. And sometimes the only time you really realize that you're part of that kind of dysfunctional system is when you get married, when you have a significant other. And then someone else says, can we do it differently?
Yeah. So there's two ways that this mainly shows up. One, it is in financial decisions, like there's financial strings that get attached.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And the other is emotional caretaking or actual physical caretaking of parents. And this is not just being helpful, because being helpful is not part of this video. It's when it bleeds over to unhealth. So let's give you a couple examples because we got lots to talk about here. So how's it show up?
In terms of finances, that's a really big one because it comes in, hey, your parent just gave you a $10,000 check, just because we want to share our wealth. And then not that long later,
Thanksgiving comes.
And you're like, hey.
Are you showing up for Thanksgiving? And then the pressure's like, we should go,
yeah.
right? Because they gave us that check, we should go out of obligation. And so now it's an investment into forcing our hand.
Right.
This happens in weddings. This happens in baby showers.
Even it happens in just the sort of entitlement to the right to their grandchildren, for instance. Well, I paid for their private school, so therefore you have to see them.
Definitely happens.
Holidays.
It's a move to manipulate your decision in favor for them. And so the other one is caretaking. It's the caretaking is that, the children feel responsible for their well-being, their happiness, discomfort. And sometimes it is even physical caretaking. I need you to come over today to move these boxes out of the basement. And then one partner gets up and goes, and I have to move those boxes in my parents' basement. And you're like, well, where are you going?
Yeah, like,
I'm like,
I
have to.
But what about the kids? And we were gonna,
but I gotta go. I gotta go take care of my mom's basement.
So there's the guilt, there's the shaming, there's the jabs. Yeah, right. so it's, oh, you haven't called me enough, or, oh, I'm feeling a little bit down.
I haven't seen you lately.
Yeah, and seeing you, how seeing you makes me happy. So if
yeah.
I'm not happy, it's probably because you're not coming around enough, and I thought we had a better relationship than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I thought you valued family more.
It is about whose back do you have?
Yeah.
Whose loyalty are you having? And when it becomes a problem when you're picking and choosing, and sometimes the clients that we talk to, their partner doesn't know that they're doing that. They don't know that they're picking their parents over their partner. And this impacts connection, trust. This is why some people, like you, have clients that say, I just want to be the first woman in my husband's life, right? And that, I don't want to have to fight between being the first lady.
The tricky part, though, about what you're talking about is that sometimes it is the first time the partner is hearing that. And it can actually be pretty disillusioning and hard to actually take in, because it means they're changing the narrative, the image in their head of, I had a great childhood, I have really loving parents, I have the best family, we're super lucky because we're so close. And then when you start to hear your partner saying, wait a minute, I want to be the first lady in your family, you're like, whoa, what do you mean? What do you mean that there's something unhealthy or dysfunctional in how I connect with my family?
Even though we may not live there anymore, it's still infused in us.
Yeah.
And to have another human being that I'm in relationship with that says, your attachment to your family feels a little unhealthy or unbalanced. It feels like I'm fighting you for your attention to us. And for me, I may just, no, wait, I'm not even going to hear you. I'm going to shut that down because I come from health. Yeah. I come from happiness. And the defense can be quick. And I may not even want to allow that conversation to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That is actually part of the system itself, is that it has its own built-in defense mechanism.
And I'm protecting it.
Yes.
I have to protect. I'm at the watchtower protecting the culture, the traditions, the family unit, and I'm still playing the role of the dutiful, obedient son.
Yes. And then what happens is then it can seem like, and the attention can turn on me, so it seems like I'm the difficult one. Mm-hmm. I'm the one that is misguided. I'm the one that has the growth edge here. And it's, why are you being so difficult? Why can't you see?
Why can't you be more like me and our family? Because this is all, there's nothing wrong here.
We're all so happy.
Yeah, don't look over there though. We're all happy. See, we all have that smile and we just, and I can shut you down.
Why are you looking for trouble? Why do you like drama so much?
Yeah, don't comment about the way we do things.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to we're clear and compassionate. It may not be the heavy-handed parents. It actually may not be that driving force. But internally, when I leave the nest emotionally, and we want to make things as choices for us in our home, and I'm saying, no, I want to keep doing things this way because I always grew up in the house where we did this thing. We always cooked a turkey on this event, and it has to be cooked this way with these spices, and this is the dinner, and we have to have these sides to the dinner, and this is the dinner that I always grew up with. It actually may not be the external pressure. It may be my internal pressure to keep doing the same thing.
Yes.
And what that does is it negates the new that you and I are going to create.
Yes.
It's not an us creation.
No.
It's, you have to follow the creation that has always been there.
Yes.
I'm negating your voice. I'm negating the newness that you're bringing.
You're actually bringing rigidity and control to my life. You have decided long ago, this is how it's going to be done. And there's no room for influence. There's no room for change or shifting or even experimentation. And that rigidity, that closed energy or mindset does exactly that to the relationship. It closes off to any connection we could have, because there's no room for me in this relationship. There's no
No.
room for my version, my needs, my life experience that I bring in.
Yeah, when I shut you down, I'm saying no to the new. And this becomes a continuation of the power dynamic between couples. It's got to be my way, and you get enveloped, sort of like the assimilated, that Borg mentality. You get enveloped into this culture, these traditions, these beliefs, and your individuality. Can you put that to sleep? Even if we're not talking about couples, just as individuals, we see this with clients that their wants and wishes can't come out and blossom.
Yeah.
We've had it where clients are, they can't eat something.
Oh yeah, right. We remember there was one in his 40s, and he didn't want his mom to know that he had pepperoni on his pizza. He's like, "Shh, don't let my mom know."
He's scarfing it back.
Yeah, actually, so fast, because he doesn't know when he'll have a chance again.
So, to getting his needs met has to be in hiding, in secrecy, and we have to play along with this.
And
she's not here,
and she's not even here. We've had ones where their parents have passed, and they're still like, "Oh my God, my parent would roll over in their grave if they could see me now."
Yeah, it's like, oh, if they knew I was dating this person, my mom would roll in her grave. And I'm like, even beyond life, the internal angst of conflict that I'm still continuing.
Yes.
The pressure and the unhealthy of trying to please a parent.
Because the conditioning runs so deep.
Yeah.
Like, just because they're gone doesn't mean that conditioning goes with them. When that conditioning starts from when we're young, it's real. It's there. And unless you are aware of what your conditioning is, you are going to be run by that programming. So yes, they can be long gone, and you will continue to live their legacy through their teachings. And so the other thing I just want to bring up for a second is when we talk about hiding, like this hiding behavior, when we talk about it with, the person who couldn't eat the pizza, the pepperoni on the pizza, and while, it might be cute or funny at the time when you see them, the reality is actually, it's quite serious, because that hiding behavior, that negates self. That says there's a part of me that's unlovable or that's problematic. It feels threatened. It creates feelings of shame, and that doesn't go away. Every time you engage in that hiding behavior, you're stoking the shame fire.
I don't trust you. I don't trust your word. I don't trust that you have us first. I trust that you're having your parents first before us, and that
you don't have the ability to actually stand in your own self and have your our back and make your own decisions. You're powerless against your parents. So if you're powerless against your parents, where else are you powerless? So now I'm not relaxed around you. I don't feel a sense of trust. I don't feel connected to you.
You feel like I'm manipulating you. You're like, hey, just before we go, it'd be fun. Why don't we just do a quick stop around the corner, because we're in the area.
And you're feeling really manipulated. And what's also important to say is this is betrayal. And people think betrayal only happens with affairs. And the partner might say, it's not like I'm sleeping with someone else. There's no other lover. Betrayal is betrayal.
So here's how to see it. The very simple question to ask yourself, are you free to make that choice? So for example, if you have to go Sunday night dinners, what if you don't show up one Sunday? Are you allowed to come and go, show up for some Sunday dinners, but not show up for some? Like on birthday celebrations, can you be there or not? Is it not that big of a deal? On summer holidays, do you always have to be with them, or can you choose something different? When you ask that question and you check it with your partner, and if the answer is, I don't feel free, I feel like my decision is being made for me, that's the flag. That's the yellow flag to say that is passing over into enmeshment, feeling responsible for their happiness. And that will always hinder your connection with your partner.
It'll also hinder your connection with your own self, because your preference then are parked aside. You may not even truly know what your preferences are. That line can become so blurred because you've been practicing believing you enjoy someone else's preferences. You may not have actually developed that inner connection to know what actually are your individual preferences. Without the freedom to try new things and to be different, you can't develop a healthy relationship within your own self on what you like, what you don't like, and when that changes, because our preferences don't stay the same. They're not static, they're actually quite dynamic.
Yep. We hear this a lot when clients are searching for a new, they're in the dating scene, they're looking for a new partner, but they're putting up the barriers and the limitations, qualification. They have to be a lawyer.
Bracket,
they have to be a white collar, a doctor, or a lawyer, because how that looks upon me to other people means that my freedom of choice is I have to limit my scope, or it has to do with religion or culture. I just want to date someone who is of the same background as me or the same religion as me, because it just makes it easier. And when we've inquired about who does it make it easier for?
Yeah, it makes it easier so that I don't go against my family system. And so let's talk about then what we do to create healthy connection between us, and how do we negotiate when that third party is coming into our relationship. These conversations, they're not one and done. It's not like you have that really good conversation, you both realize it's happening, and then it's over. It actually just means you understand what you will be forever negotiating, and you build up strength and tolerance and connection over it, instead of having it destroy your connection.
Yeah. So some of the practical things that we've done, we haven't gone to extremes where we're not showing up to the event, but we've changed the duration. So we don't show up and stay the whole 4 hours. We're saying we're staying for 2.
And we've also changed the dates of things. We don't show up on the same day year after year.
Day, that we're not coming to the Friday night or the Saturday. We'll come by Sunday afternoon for a bit.
Yes.
And so it's not about abandonment. It's not canceling the relationship. It's just changing the quality of the relationship so it makes sure that it works for us first before in-laws.
But and the other thing is, though, is that it started with a recognition between us that this was actually happening. And I remember numerous times where you would have to reassure me, I'm not being a bad person, right? I'm not being crazy or foolish. I'm not putting too much. I'm not like throwing away my family for you. That feeling of, I'm tossing all those years and that history of all their love and investment in me because I met a guy and fell in love. I think that was like a big one to understand. No, and that a family that would ask me to do that actually isn't about my well-being. That's about their well-being. And that in fact, I wasn't being mean. I wasn't acting out of anger, or I wasn't embittered. I was just wanting to do things differently than we'd grown up because it suited us better. Yeah. Because it suited us to change the tradition, or because my parents and their family, they've had a chance to do it their way. And now this is our family. We have a chance to do it our way.
But recognizing our freedom of choice may cause them some discomfort. And that's okay. It's allowing that generation the freedom to feel discomfort, to feel disappointed, to feel let down. If you're doing something that's making you joyful, that is not causing them to feel disappointed. They are free to choose whatever story evaluation they make up.
As you say that, one of my other favorite things that happens in Enmeshment is, what are you doing on September 7th?
Oh, right, yeah. Like the setup, you're like, I better quickly pick something, because otherwise if I say nothing and I don't have anything in my schedule, then you're going to fill it for me.
Trapped.
Yeah, dang it. That's true.
Right. And so that there's, we get tipped off on what people are up to. We know, we're like, why the entrapment? Mm-hmm. Why the setup? Like, I don't feel free already.
So those quick decisions.
Yes, the quick decisions
are another yellow flag. And so we've always said, let's get back to you.
Yeah,
we'll get back to you. We don't make any decisions. I never make a decision without saying, hey, I got to check with my family. And I very purposefully use, I have to check with my family. We're going to decide as a family, and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, which is a
When we
great
decide
establishing of the boundary. I love that.
We are the family. That's a family that used to be, that you grew up in, and I grew up in family. These in-laws now have to acknowledge that we are also a equal family. An equal family. And just like I wouldn't force their hand,
Yes.
please don't request to force our hand. We will get back to you.
Yes.
When do you need to know by?
Yes.
And that we talk about it. Do we want to go? Sometimes we don't have plans and we still don't want to go. It doesn't feel like we want to attend that event.
Yeah.
So just to recap, first is your freedom of choice made for you? That's kind of like the starting point. And second, no fast decisions. Make sure that, to make any decisions, we go together, we decide anything before we say yes, we make a commitment, or we send an email off RSVPing. We always talk about it first.
And then to just notice when you have to say no to an event, whether it's because you really don't want to go or your partner is asking you not to go, notice what comes up inside. If inside your whole gut starts to clench and there's a knot, your heart starts to race. Some people literally break out into anxiety attacks. But even if it's not that extreme, you can feel the feelings of guilt and panic starting to set in. There's your flag.
Yeah.
Pay attention. There's something going on in the dynamic where you are not free to be you. You're not seen as a separate and free individual. So the bottom line here is that loving your parents doesn't mean you have to replicate them. You have the right to be your own separate individual.
When you are promoting your own freedom, like a lighthouse, you're beaming and allowing freedom for everyone. That's freedom for your partner. It's freedom for your children. It's allowing freedom for your neighbors and people in the community. To be that change, to allow yourself that freedom of choice, whether they had it or not, you are the next generation to say, I get to choose.
So we hope this video helped. If you liked it, please hit the subscribe button, or if you know anyone who could use this content, please share.
And check out this next video for more relationship advice.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.